Gabe Kapler's start in his first year as manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. In his first year managing a major league team, has been a rough one. In the season-opening series against the Braves in Atlanta, Kapler's bullpen usage came under fire. He pulled opening day starter Aaron Nola with a 5-0 lead after he threw just 68 pitches. The Phillies lost 8-5. He didn't warm up a reliever in the third game of the season, the most embarrassing moment of his tenure to date, and a position player pitched. It took 21 pitchers to get through 3 games. Then in a snow-shortened series against the New York Mets, analytics got Kapler in hot water with the fans. In the first game, a ball hit straight at J.P. Crawford that likely would have been a double play was not because nobody was covering second with the shift that was on. In the second game, a defensive alignment had Nick Williams playing a very shallow right field when a ball was hit over his head, knocking in 2 runs in a 4-2 loss. So many wondered what kind of reception he might get from the Philadelphia faithful when he was introduced during the home opener pregame ceremonies at Citizens Bank Park on Thursday. It wasn't great, between a range of cheers from a polite ovation for third base coach and former AAA Lehigh Valley manager Dusty Wathan, to a more boisterous recognition for players like Rhys Hoskins and Scott Kingery. Kapler was welcomed with a round of boos. It wasn't the only time he heard it from the sellout crowd of 488. Phillies starter Nick Pivetta pitched very well, facing trouble just once in the fourth with 2 outs. He struck out 9, didn't surrender any free passes or runs, and allowed just 4 hits through 5 2/3 innings. At 97 pitches with a man on first, holding a 3-0 lead, Kapler came out of the dugout to relieve Pivetta and call on Adam Morgan to get the final out of the 6th. Kapler was booed furiously. The boos momentarily switched to cheers as Pivetta came off, but the fans went back to showing their displeasure after Kapler handed the ball to Morgan and returned to the dugout. Unlike the Nola decision in the season opener, it was hard to question this move. It didn't matter. Kapler wasn't sure why the fans were booing, guessing it was because they wanted to see Pivetta go deeper into the game. But it's likely they were just out to boo Kapler. Had the bases been loaded, Pivetta been tagged with a number of runs and the Phillies trailing, there's a good chance Kapler still would have been booed after popping out of the dugout. The only thing that may have saved him from getting booed was if he made each appearance with his arm around Eagles coach Doug Peterson, who threw out the first pitch and received the loudest ovation in years at Citizens Bank Park. Pivetta said it didn't bother him hearing the fans share their displeasure with his skipper. "That's out of our control," Pivetta said. "Gabe's an awesome manager. He's got our backs every single day. We need to win. We're going to keep winning here. Things will turn around. It's tremendous. We're going to have fun." Another reason it may not have bothered him is that this time, Kapler's decision proved to be the correct one. Morgan struck out Justin Bour on 3 pitches to end the inning, and the other 2 relievers used in the game, Luis Garcia and Hector Neris, preserved the shutout. At first, when asked about the way he was treated by the fans, Kapler tried to deflect. "I'm just happy for Mo. Man," Kapler said of Morgan. He listed the other relievers and said they deserved the spotlight. He also didn't look at Morgan's strikeout as vindication. "They cheered for the players. That's what matters the most," Kapler said. "They cheered really loud for the players. That's the ultimate outcome. If every day they're cheering the players, I'll take that, 100%. Kapler defended Crawford's slow start because it's too small a sample size. The same can be said for Kapler. While not warming up a pitcher at any level is inexcusable, Most of Kapler's decisions have been a product of bad luck. This may be who he is, and the Phillies could be in for a disastrous 2018. But it's impossible to say just 6 games into the season that's going to be the case. The rookie manager heard those boos. It was impossible not to, and said he'll ask himself why. When fans are unhappy, if necessary, he'll make adjustments. I'm going to work my ass off for these fans, Kapler said. I'm going to give them everything I have. At the end of the day, that's all I can do. Work my tail off, and hopefully, over the course of time, they learn to trust that I'm in this with them. As Peterson, who was questioned early on in his tenure, showed, winning will build that trust. Now we have to wait and see if Kapler can do the same. SM Gross at McCall.com. Twitter at Steven_Gross 23. 610-820-6187